that you're trying to score. 1 to 10, your chicks are 8. -4. They don't know them, so that's what dudes trying for. Then they get laid flat like an iron board. Put it in the ground like a dinosaur. You know the answer if it comes down to mine or yours. What's the difference between mine and yours? That chain you giving up's the same thing I'm dying for. Real men do business from behind the door. Go south, grab birds just to fly them north. Power moves, I'm applying force. And stacking dough to go back, cause I'm buying more. In a concrete jungle with a lion's roar. Centaur gonna take him off his higher horse. We gon' watch him put his key up inside the door. Come behind him and rob his entire floor.
Like Jesus talking gospel.
Yeah, New Hampshire, what up? N.H. Get your whole face watch. 603, give a fuck about a state cop. N.H. Get your whole face watch. 603, give a fuck about a state cop. Yeah, I'm from the land of the N.H. Way hot. 603 gon' bang to the tape pop. It's either this or I'll be in a state box. 23-1, so let the bass drop. I ain't gotta be up at the 3 when I take shots. Everyone's a target like, hold up, wait, stop, fuck that. It's it for my goons out in Gay City. Queen City's right here, I'ma take the state with me. Tyrant, tell me what the time is. All I know is money, bitches, alcohol, and violence. Yeah, I do this shit for man's sake. Put on for my city and all over the landscape. 606, 606, 603, 603, 60, yeah. Like I didn't. It's either this or I'll be in a state box. 23-1, so let the bass drop. I ain't gotta be up at the 3 when I take shots. Everyone's a target like, hold up, wait, stop, fuck that. It's it for my goons out in Gay City. Queen City's right here, I'ma take the state with me. Tyrant, tell me what the time is. All I know is money, bitches, alcohol, and violence. Yeah, I do this shit for man's sake. Put on for my city and all over the landscape. 606, 606, 603, 603, 60, yeah. Like I didn't mean shit. Everything I did just toss out the window. Bitch, lately I've been low and picking me up just isn't that simple. When they say what you don't know won't hurt. If you don't know it don't hurt. You be trying to think of what's worse. That's why me and you don't work. I'ma just stay here. I don't play games. If I did, then it wouldn't even matter, cause you don't even play fair. You was on the road to riches, you would probably have me wait here. I would just stay here. Because I know the minute that you go off, that you walking out the door, turn a hoe into a house. Why I should have known with a hoe, you can't turn a house into a home. You can't turn a house into a home.
You make me out to be the fucking bad guy, but you don't see that. You can't fucking act right. You lie to me and blame me. What about you? What about you? You can't tell the truth. What about you?
That's it to the seacoast. Sicker than most. Nashua to Nashville. Sicker than most. Sicker than most. London to Laconia. Sicker than most. Berlin to Boston. Sicker than most. Sicker than most. Concord to Cali. Sicker than most. And we're going worldwide. Sicker than most. 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 Sicker than most.
Why am I losing my vision? I think that I'm close. I hear voices talking to, is it you different than most? Why am I different than most? You're sicker than most. That's why you're different than most. I'm sicker than most. Why am I losing my vision? I think that I'm close. I hear voices talking to, is it you different than most?
Morning, sunshine.
Hey, sis.
Hey, sis. Happy Sunday.
I know.
We are on season 3, episode 12. Upnorth City Girls has come to a final. show again.
That's crazy.
It's been a long 12 weeks.
I know it really has, and it's because when did it start? Like February or March?
Yeah,
March,
like we started February. No,
was it?
February was our first
Oh
interview.
my,
February 14th, I believe, or like right around then. Like, because remember, it was like Valentine's Day. Like, we did that show. It
oh
might have been the
yeah,
end of January, actually.
oh
It's
my,
been a long 3 months. Like, I can
it
honestly say, like, I'm exhausted. Like, from doing the outside marketing to the shows every week, it's been crazy.
no, I'm pretty sure it has because you literally all we've had to do is just show up, but you've done if if you didn't do it, we wouldn't have the show. Period.
No, the PR, the just the outside engagements, like having to, go and network and mingle, and it's just
And
been a
no,
journey.
you hold it down. You hold it down because I'm a mom of a baby, so sometimes my schedule's crazy. We have other moms, you
Right.
know, so we have
Everybody's a
women
mom
that
except me.
you so it's like you hold it down for us. If we can't, the show still goes on.
Like,
So
dude, I like but we have each other's backs, and that's what I love about us, like
yeah.
no matter what, like, and it's just, and it's always the energy that we bring to the platform when we're together. I think
Mhm.
that's important to like express that our chemistry and our energy is very unique in podcasting. And I was just watching something, I was listening to No Jumper with
Mm.
Adam and the guy who does the hip hop segment. What is his name? He's like the smoke dude or whatever. Like, I forget his name. But he is like big on No Jumper. And like they were talking because I guess, they've been having issues amongst their podcast and, different content creators who have come on and, like they're losing money and things like that, and the whole money issue, and just how like, bringing in different personalities sometimes is not good when you don't have a real friendship. And it was like talking about how like, that's the beauty of a real podcast, because it's like sometimes when you have that friendship, you know what a person's going to say, whereas when you don't
Mm.
know the person and how they're going to react, you don't know what they're going to say. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's a mix of the both. And I was like, wow, that's dope to like really identify that, having that chemistry is important. So
It
I
is.
was definitely, it was definitely a blessing for us to be able to do this and be able to, just, you know, actually have a place where we show up every week for, and
Yeah.
talk and engage. And, because I feel like we don't do that as much. I was just talking this week because, just reaching out and being on the phone now, I like cringe at that. Like, it's just so crazy because back in the day, that's the only form of communication I had. Like, people really think that just looking at their cell phones, they know what's going on in a person's life. You know what I mean? Looking
Right.
at their Facebook or looking at their social media, oh, they're okay. Like, really, you don't really know what's going on with that person day to day. You know what I mean? Just because you don't see them posting it on social media. Like, and
Right.
that's the thing. Like, we have to reach out. We have to, my uncle was in the hospital for 4 days and I didn't even know, and it's
Yeah.
crazy because I'm like, dude, like, why didn't I know? Why didn't anyone call me? Like, like, and
Right.
it's just like life happens and things happen. And I had to take accountability for the fact is, why am I not reaching out to him to check on him? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, we have to still value our elders. I remember like my great grandmother, that was one of her biggest things. Like, she used to say, like, oh, nobody comes and visits me, nobody talks to me anymore. Like, we never want to forget about the people that, took care of us and raised us, and still letting them know that they're valued in this life. I think that's important. So reaching out was, one of my biggest resolutions after
Okay.
this year is that I have to be more active in reaching out and just being communicating with each other.
Hmm. No,
You know,
yeah,
I definitely
it's crazy because everybody's on social media enough, so they, it's like when things like this happen, it's like, you can reach out or even via through text, like, but
right.
we do need to take it
Just
back to
say
just
good morning. I
say
just
that
like
again.
voice sometimes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I said sometimes you can hear a person's voice or see their
Mhm.
face. I don't even like the FaceTime. Like I'm so over it. I'm like, whatever. And I got
I,
it.
I don't mind the FaceTime, and only because I got the baby, so we do it with the cousins, but that's literally like if it's like quick family stuff, But yeah, as opposed to just talking,
Right.
yeah, I don't like to FaceTime you. But yeah, if it's a family thing, then we'll usually do the FaceTime. But if you're just talking to me, you can call me so I can put the Bluetooth in my ear. And not Bluetooth, I should say AirPod. I keep saying Bluetooth because I'm old as hell. And I'm just like, I was one of those people like the father in The Wire, walking around with my
Like
Bluetooth in
uh,
my ear. I could be butt naked
like
walking
hold
around. Yeah, like so. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm showing my age, 42. Like, yeah, walking
like
around.
listen.
And he thought he was so cool too. Like, I'm done.
Right. Right. So I mean, it's crazy because so the artist today, New Country, we actually just got a text from him and he said that he's not able to make it at this, but he will reschedule his interview. And we may be able to do it today. Not, we'll probably reschedule it for them this week. But I just wanted to kind of, shout out to them because how I met him was through another artist, Daniel May. And Daniel was an artist who just kind of, was in my news feed one day, and like his spirit and his energy and the way he was singing, it was just so like angelic and like
Okay.
so like captivating. Like I was like, yo, this dude's range is like crazy, and he's like real soulful, real ballet type ballads. I'm like, whoa, like where did you study? Where did you learn? Like what is going on? Who is this guy? Where did he come from? And we ended up just going back and forth, like he would say things on my post or, just say things or whatever, like, hey, TML, I support you. Like he was always just a very supportive um, person on
Hmm.
online. And that's what gravitated me to him. And then one day he said, I put out my birthday numbers, and he said his birthday was April 12th. 1988. And it was just so crazy. Like it was like the numerology, and we were talking about numerology. And I'm big into numerology. So that for me was like my connection with him. Like I felt like he was like a spirit angel to me. And
Okay.
he, eventually started, prospering more, doing music with STM, which is Sicker Than Most. They're a New Hampshire based group that has artists from singers to rappers. They have a studio out there. They are just very, talented individuals, and see that comes from their camp is all about the music. It can be, diverse. It's very diverse for what I've heard come out of New England. So that's why I've always supported them and just wanted to see them win. And Daniel was so, believing in them and just what they were bringing to the table. And when I heard it, I was like, you're right. I want to get behind this, and he started paying me to do marketing. So he was one of my first clients out of New Hampshire. That just basically was like, listen, I see what you're doing. I support what you're doing. And I, want to be a part of this. And I went out and I seen him perform at a show out here in Worcester. And that was my first actual meeting with him. And, physically. And then, we basically just kept in touch throughout the time. And I was doing a show, I was marketing for a show out in Providence. And he actually came out there with his wife, Jessica. And shout out to her. Beautiful, dope couple, and just all about the resources and networking and just very humble people. And I just connected with them throughout this journey. And that's why this show is so important to me today. Was because it's definitely like heartfelt. And he actually departed from here, I believe 2021 was it, of December or November. He committed suicide. And it just basically like it changed me in a lot of ways because it made me understand how fragile life is, and how the night before he was posting he had a show, the next day they had a show at the Hard Rock Cafe, and the day before is when he took his own life. So
Wow.
it definitely was like, and he was like that he had that charismatic energy like Robin Williams, like just always happy, just always.
Mm.
And it was just so crazy because I was like, what? Like, it just was so not real to me. You know what I mean? Like somebody who was just here with me, who just was partying with me, who we were talking about doing things and building, with his team. And he's gone that quick,
Yeah.
that easy, that suddenly. You know what I mean? Like that really changed how I looked at this business in a lot of ways. And just understanding that coming from this background and understanding how hard it is for artists and how, they struggle too. You know what I mean? No matter if they have to put on a good face or not, like it's real out here, and life is just so sudden. Like you just don't know. And again, this is why this one I felt like had to be the dedication to him. This show is dedicated to Daniel today. And I did a little clip just so that, we could show him his appreciation. And I, am going to start to look for more stuff for him because I think that he was one of the people who I think are my angels that are looking down on me and helping to facilitate this journey that I've been on. And it just like after doing it, like looking at the clips this morning and things, like it brought a lot of tears, like it's been an emotional morning for me. So yeah, like that for me with this interview was why it is so important to bring it full circle, because that was one of the things that we were going to be bringing them on, for 2021. I believe it would have been season 2. They would have been on that season as well. But when Daniel, departed, it was just hard after that for me to even grasp just the sudden loss for us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy. This has been a journey. It definitely has shown me, how motivation, support, accountability, just everything plays a part in building something. And no matter what, I've had artists throughout the season that have lost people and they get up the next day and they go on.
Right.
Pedro is still recovering from his stab wounds. He was stabbed over this season, and right after we did our interview with him. And it's just so crazy how life is like so fragile. Mr. Red Carpet, our first interview, he lost his, the mother of his children, and during labor. And it's like, these are just untimely, situations that we can't predict, and we just have to value our time here and enjoy it, And I tell people, it's hard because you want to be able to like think that everything is just so, dreamy. It's oh, we're gonna live this fantasy of living forever, and we don't, and that's where it's like, no, we have to, definitely say what we mean what we say, do what we mean, and just live life to the fullest,
Right.
because nothing is tomorrow, nothing is promised tomorrow, and I'm babbling on, but I just wanted you guys to see the clip. I'm gonna go to the clip.
Okay.
I'm on fire. The flames getting higher. You gon' feel my love. I'ma take my blood. Got me on one I'm on fire. The flames getting higher. You gon' feel my love. I'ma take my blood. Got me on one You got me looking like I'm so unhappy. I know. And you don't wanna go against the grain.
He was dope. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, bro. You are definitely missed. I missed him on my timeline. I miss him, just giving me inspiration and just like that strong positive energy, like he was always positive, and again, it was just so heartbreaking to lose him, definitely. And that's why New Country and what he brings to the table and just his friendship with him, that they were brothers, and he supported him, so that's why I'm definitely looking forward to, just having him on the podcast and, putting him in this network of support, because it's important. Daniel supported me, being able to facilitate this, and that's why it makes all the more sense, to
Right.
have them. And they're from New Hampshire, and I think that's just dope. Like I think that people don't realize, like, there's rappers in New Hampshire, like there's rappers in Connecticut, there's rappers in Vermont, there's rappers in Maine, there's rappers in Rhode Island, there's rappers all over New England, and I just think that we need to spotlight them, we need to support them, and we need to support our own. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what we do this summer. We do have some events that I've been, proposing that we do. We have the R&B food truck, uh, which is food trucks with R&B live music, and we'll do it in the
Mhm.
park. We're looking for a location now for that. And we also have an adult prom theme. that we're coming. So Up North City Girls will be hosting those two events. We
Okay.
have some sponsors and political candidates that actually want to get involved in things like that. So I think that would be dope. I think that those two proposals for us this summer to be able to coordinate and just get everybody together, get some good talent out there,
Mm.
and just do things that are more for the family, and activities that are going to put us in the community in places that we want to be right now, and that we support. So
Mm.
hopefully we can get those things together probably by June, and have everything locked in with dates, and we'll be able to announce that. So that's important for me in the next couple of weeks after the show. Also getting together, all the footage and all the things that we want to kind of coordinate for our commercial that's going to be released for season 4. And that is going to be just basically every artist that's been on the podcast doing a drop, and shouting out Up North City Girls and the value that we brought to them. And this is going to be aired nationally. So, hopefully for season 4, this is going to be the biggest season thus far, with
Mhm.
artists. We've also looked at location, filming. So filming on location and having artists actually pull up, is in the future, for Up North City Girls, and I'm excited. We've also talked about Roku TV, Fire TV, Apple TV, and Woo TV as well.
Right.
Are definitely offers that are on the table for us. So I'm definitely looking forward to what's coming for us, and just everything that we've brought to this platform thus far. I think quality. I do think, yes, we have to go back and edit and get things together in order to be monetized, for those last, because we did film live. So I've been learning a lot in regards to the difference between filming live and actually doing pre-recorded segments. So with the
Right.
pre-recorded segments, they can basically put advertisement into the podcast, but if it's filmed live they don't, because it's not pre-recorded. So that's another thing that will be changing next season, and we'll have to coordinate it, where it's not recorded live. So we may be taking a step back from that next season. So just some things that we might do differently. But we're also looking for co-hosts. That's another opportunity as well, that
Mhm.
we are putting out there, is bringing co-hosts to the platform and getting people involved, and kind of changing it up. We don't always just want females; we also want the males to come. Um,
Mhm.
we're going to open up the platform in that way, in some way. But we're
Okay.
also going to have different segments, that we're going to basically spin off on our channels, from our YouTube channel to our Fire TV channel to, we're going to have different segments, and also
Oh,
on our stream. And, so it'll become like Up North City Girls and all these different segments. It's the music segment, it's the getting fit with me segment, it's the April entrepreneur segment. You know what I mean? Like, these are where we want to break up the platform, and show the different media that we can bring to the table in regards to resources. So that's important, in regards to having like the real conversations, and having a podcast that's just solely focused on that. So we're just finding ways to do that, and bring different people and different personalities into the platform as well. So it was good to hear that information from, No Jumper, and how that has affected them. And I'm just thinking outside the box. We have to
right.
explore a little. We have to, and again, we have to open it up and see where this goes. I think that having all the people that we've had on this season thus far on the past seasons has been phenomenal. And it's great content and it's quality interviews for these artists
Right.
to go out and showcase and, you know, be able. I mean, I think a lot of artists opened up to us. I think that it wasn't rigid where we just stayed within one spectrum. I think we were all over the place. And I think that's what you need in podcasting. I think that
Mhm.
you need that segment, you know, those times where you know, go outside the box. You say, you know, everything that needs to be said. You also have, look, Jig, get money, let's go. We also, you know, just definitely try to bring all different elements to Up North City Girls and expressing our views, you know, because I think, like I said, you know, the biggest thing in this proposal and the write up for the advertisement campaigns is that we're a media company. We're also a PR firm in regards to the media loop and what I do on the administration side. Like that's basically what the media loop is all about. And, you know, Up North City Girls is basically a production um, podcast that was manifested by me, you know, to basically promote artists and, you know, give them a platform. So, and again, and the whole thing was to have real conversation with women who are in the northern area because
Mhm.
I thought, oh, there is no real podcast like that for us in this area. That
Right.
women speak like us, that identify with the urban, you know, city life in the northeastern area. Where do you really see that? You don't. So that was the element of why we brought up Girls the way we did. And I think that that's what sets us aside from any other podcast that's in this region. One of the things that we're going to be nominated for this year is the Urban um, Music Awards. So that's something that, you know, getting that registration done and, you know, getting all that type of stuff. Because again, like we have been putting in work and people have been noticing. And I've been just so humble and so appreciative of all the support and just resources that have been opening up, you know, to us. And being able to say like, listen, we have something that we've developed from the ground up. And again, like you said, you were the one who brought it back to, we started on the phones. Like, like we didn't even see each other, sis. Like
No,
that was crazy.
it
That was so
was.
like we didn't even see each other. And I just
No.
want to commend you because out of everybody, like you have shown up, you have been here. Like I said to Nana last night, I said, and April just had a baby. And my sis shows up, okay?
No, I have
Like,
my moments, but yeah.
love you. I love you for that. I love you for that. Like, no matter what. Like, that for me is like, and again, and I thought, and I always felt like that because you were the one who I said had all the CDs, had all the music. We used to
I
come
know.
over and be like, April, can we borrow a CD? Like, yo, like, wait, how did you
No,
get all those CDs? Was it Columbia House? Like, how did you, like,
what?
something
Because
you
I
would
was
go out and buy?
we stayed downtown, so you
Right.
already we was right next. They had like back in the day, they had Sam Goody, Strawberry, and they was all
Tower
downtown.
Records. Remember
Our
Tower
rec-
Records?
Mass Ave, I believe. Yup.
Yes.
Like we have, and we went everywhere on bus. So like I was always downtown in that CD store, and
I'm
that's
like,
where the
if
dude.
anything I know, April knows good music. And if April likes it, I know that it'll sell. That's how I always looked at you. Like, I can let April hear something and be like, April, what do you think? You know what I mean? Like, you have uh, that acoustics ear. You know what I mean to good music, and I think that's because you just always been a connoisseur of music.
No,
You know, and
I've
I
some good music.
right,
You
yes,
know.
I love it.
Like, no, and I like it all too. It's not just like one area too. I like music is music. If it's good music, it's good music. It doesn't have to be black, white. If you like
No,
it, you like it. If you can vibe to it and
you
it
like
puts you at ease, and yeah. So
And that's the thing, is like I'm always been that way too. Like I can go anywhere. I like all genres. And that's where
mm,
people will be like, really? You listen to this? You listen to that? Like, yeah, like I've always been musically inclined because I just like to hear it. I like the sound. I like the way it makes me feel. And I go off a feeling for music. So that was
oh,
the reason why the music podcast was so important to me, and being able to discover artists and bring artists into this region, because again, that's one of this is one of the untapped regions of New England, of the country is New
mm,
England. So we have to, find a base and find a in and an out,
right.
of breaking artists, and just having artists being able to show up and say, hey, I know if I go on this podcast, they have so many New England followers that I'm going to automatically tap into their network.
Exactly.
And as well, there's going to be artists who, we're going to push out to these other networks, because now we've
Mm,
gained a fan base all over the world. And we have, fans from Germany. We have fans now. Oh, and that's another thing. So we're actually going to be featured on Jesse James's new project that's coming out. So shout out to him.
okay.
That's going to be so dope. We're going to have our Up North City Girl logo in the video.
Oh,
And that's just going to be, a way to give us marketing and, just notoriety overseas. We also have Africa. We have people in the Virgin Islands that watch our show. We have people in China and Thailand that are watching our show. So it's like seeing, just that we have been able to touch so many
sorry.
different um just people and regions is a beautiful thing. And I think it's something that we need to pat ourselves on the back for keeping these people
Right.
entertained.
No, I
Because
get that.
sometimes showing up be hard, girl.
No, it do like shit. Right now, I'm texting. He's like, "I'll be there by 1:30," and I'm like, "I want to grab me something to eat." So, like, yeah, it do. Like, for the most part, it works out. But then when there are times like this when people want to bring the baby back early, it's like, yeah. Well, I'm
Oh my
still running.
god.
That's what
No,
I'm
and I
doing
want
now. I'm like trying to put my
I
order
got
in so I can like pick it up.
right. We got to shout out to Jig. You see, I'm over here looking. My eyes is
No,
looking down.
wow. He's been
Shout
with
out
us
to
for
Jig Sykes. Up North City Girls Takeover. You already know, baby. I
no,
love you, Jig. Jig, I just want to say thank you for showing up for us, for giving us our comments, for giving us our flowers all the time. And he's just been honestly a strong force in regards to our marketing and PR and,
mhm,
things like that. Jig helps with a lot of that. And I just want to shout out to him because, again, without him, without people like him that give us that feedback, that give us that support, that give us
right.
that energy of positive, motivation, like, look, the best ever. Like, God bless you all. Thank you.
Bless
God bless you.
you.
God bless
Thank
you. Tell you, like, you are our angel. He knew Daniel May too. And it was just a strong network of people that I've been able to be blessed with throughout this journey online, through media, and just being able to meet people in the flesh and be able to say, wow, we met through, a universe of just
right.
millions of people, and you were gravitated to me for some reason, and you came to me to help me fulfill these journeys, and help me fulfill the need that I had for what we've built. And I felt
Mm,
like, wow, like Jig's been here from the beginning. Shout out to him, and Jig's always like, I want to be behind the scenes. I told him, I said, listen, I'm gonna go find you one day, we gonna go out. Okay. So Jake, you owe us. You're gonna go out, you're gonna show up to one of these events this summer, okay? You're gonna definitely show up, okay? Love you most definitely. Okay. I heard you. I see you. The comments are coming in. Again, that has been a blessing to have people like Jake, to have people that and support what we do. And it's definitely been a year. It's been I look, I'm saying a year. We're only in April, right?
Yeah, so flying by. It's definitely flying by. So
4 months in,
we'll be back.
Right. We'll be back, and we'll be back with bigger, better, and just so much more. And again, like just being able to film on location, being able to actually go into a production studio and actually see these things manifest and happen are going to be, so I just, like I said, it's able to capital, all those moments and not forget how far we come, and just, and again, be blessed that something like this for us, and we have a voice now in the media and we can speak and showcase our friends and families and the people that we support throughout is important that support us,
Exactly.
Look, Jake said about 15 years. That's right. 15 years. Yeah, that's crazy.
I am done.
Well, it's definitely beautiful. So, what else you want to say?
I don't have anything
I can
else
go on forever.
I know. You know what? And I would under normal circumstances, because we normally do go over. But I'm like, all right, my time is like pressed now that the baby is coming back now instead of at.
I know it is. I know.
Like, I literally just put my order in for IHOP. I was like, forget it. I'll just run to IHOP and I'll just eat something because I know they're quick. And that mess will be done by the time I get there. Because I'm like,
I know. I gotta go out and shopping.
And it's all rainy out. I'm like, all right, I'm not feeling this weather at all. At all.
Right. And I told you I'm having a bad hair day, so I gotta get this hair in order before work tomorrow. Dude.
I know.
It needs some work.
I'm like, oh my God, I know. I didn't even get ready to work. I'm messing my plans. Like, yo, I'm ready for this.
Like, we on the run.
Exactly.
Right.
So.
No. Oh, we love you, Jake. Definitely. Let's go. Let's get to the money, baby. STM. That's right. Sicker than most. We will reschedule this interview. I definitely gonna have them on the platform. Shout out to Daniel May because he's making this happen for us. He is one of our angels. He was all of the movement, all of the support. And again, this show was dedicated to him. So we're going to end it with that video. And my sis, I thank you so much. Other show artists that we're going to have for next week on Real Talk with TML. And April Marie will be joining me on this segment where we talk to some up-and-coming artists in the industry. And I'm looking forward to it.
Me too, sis. The saga continues.
The saga continues.
You
You
know,
already know.
just a little break.
You're gonna
We'll be
just
back.
change up a little bit. You know, just a little break. We'll be back. We might have to have 2 seasons a year of Up Girls the way
Okay,
we going.
exactly.
You know that one. It's crazy. Like, I'm like, everybody's like, oh, can I get an interview now? I'm like, listen, hold up. We already booked. Like, we're booked.
Right.
I told you guys there is like 12. That's it.
Yeah.
Like 12 a season. If you don't get in that 12 slot, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you.
Right.
So next season, y'all better make sure y'all get y'all registrations, get them in early. I've been building so much. Oh, we also have a live radio show. So we also are looking for submissions for that. So on our live radio show music, nonstop, 24 hours a day. It's all the music that we recommend as Upnorth City Girls. And we also have our playlists where we're looking for submissions for. So on our Spotify playlist, artists have to submit to our Upnorth City Girl address at Gmail, girls@gmail.com. You can also submit for your interview request and any other requests that you have for Upnorth City Girls, including hostings, guest speakers. We're doing it all right now. We're doing so much in regards to just being proactive and just getting out there. April is, making her candles, candle goddess. Business owners and, Ebony's on her journey to basically doing her bachelor's in science, nursing science. Dawn is doing her thing in regards to her field, and Toya as well is doing her thing. And it's just like, it's so crazy, like how we all come together and just end up having that energy and that sisterhood that's so important to display and see. So I love you guys for that.
Love you too.
Yes, Bill. All right, go enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, sis. Everybody, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like, we really appreciate that. Season 4, we back.
You're like, no, we're gonna be like this now. Right? Like this.
Four, quattro.
Throw my fours up.
Okay. Like,
okay. It was threes. We was at threes though. We had the threes for the
no,
beat.
we was. Exactly.
But I can't wait till we're able to do 5. I'm gonna get 5 rings.
I know. Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there.
We gotta do a video shoot with 4 rings. We do a video shoot with 4. They're gonna be like, yo, who these chicks?
Exactly.
Yo, I love you.
I love you too, sis.
Yo, oh my God. Wait, we gotta see what did Jig say? Love you, Mayday. That's right. Yes, sir, Jig. We love him too. Salute to you guys. Upnorth City Girls Season 4. It's a wrap.
Period.
Period. Ow. I'm gonna play also the season commercial so you guys can see all the artists that were on this season. So we'll have a replay of them too as well, and a few other advertisements.
I'm on fire. The flames get higher. You can feel my love. I'ma take my love. Got me on one I'm on fire. The flames get higher. You can feel my love. I'ma take my love. Got me on one You got me looking like I'm so unhappy. I know, I know. And you don't wanna go against the grain.
If you look at Massachusetts, the rappers, we all had the longest roads.
Yeah, Bia had a long road, man. The label didn't believe
Joyner
in her.
had a long road.
Joyner had a long road.
I had a long road. Bia had a long road. Because if you're from Massachusetts, you got to work 3 times as hard because it's never been done.
You got to understand that this is about marketing. Like, this whole thing is about marketing. It's about your image. It's about your story. You got to be appealing to people. A lot of artists just have MySpace and just have, you know, a couple songs and don't have a website, don't have marketing.
Rock